Latest Guilty Gear Strive developer backyard done dropped. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Alright, so they got upcoming season 2 DLC character release, update content, developer roadmap, tournament, and event information. Alright, DLC character 8 release date change. Obviously, on February via Twitter, we announced that DLC character 8, which was originally scheduled for release in March, had unfortunately been delayed until early April. We knew that. We sincerely apologize for the wait, as we know many players have been very much looking forward to this new addition to the roster. Development is currently going smoothly, and we plan to announce more concrete information regarding its release during our upcoming events. What we can say is that special care has been given in making this new entry as interesting as possible, so please look forward to it. Believe it! Like those Naruto things, believe it! What else we got? Update 1.25. Yeah, so this update was mostly focused on general system refinement and other quality of life improvements. Another primary objective was to ensure smooth incorporation and compatibility of the Xbox Windows versions of the game, which was released on March 6. Particular attention was given to the search ID for online players matches. We did away with the previous configuration and replaced it with a 6-digit number system. This will allow players to decide on a preferred ID beforehand to share with friends or similar rivals for easier lobby access. Good job. In January 2023, we made an announcement via Twitter about our serious commitment to tackling malicious exploit attacks, including the recent targeting of players in-game via impersonated chat messages. As part of our ongoing effort, we are periodically taking action against these attacks to provide a safe environment for users to enjoy our games, and will continue doing so moving forward. Alright, due to data privacy concerns, please understand that we cannot provide detailed information on specific cases. Okay? In the event that you become a victim of such an exploit, such as an impersonated player message or game freezes and crashes, disconnect from online play, please contact us through user support. Please be aware that we may have difficulty assisting in situations where unofficial or unsupported program tools, etc. are being used. Yeah. The game is on Xbox, whatever. Upcoming schedule. Bridget, Sin, December crossplay update. And that's when that happened. And then early April, new character additional stage. In May, new character additional stage. And then 3 EX colors. Like, I'm gonna be real, this new color stuff is so lame, because they kept saying that they were adding colors and they were just PSN colors, and it's like, what is that? Like, that kind of hurts. Like, and I'm gonna be real, part of me has beef with this, because it's like, they knew Street Fighter 6 was on the horizon. Now, I'm not saying that these new characters are gonna stop people from playing Street Fighter 6 or anything like that, but you would have thought that they would have dropped the characters on time because of Street Fighter 6, because they need the cake right now. You're like, people who are interested in this game are still more interested in 6, and these two new characters better be some heat for people to pay attention. And this character coming in May can't come late. This character can't come 2 weeks before Street Fighter. I'm sorry. Like, this character in April needs to be like the beginning of April. This character in May needs to be the beginning of May, so people can get so artists can get their money's worth. Otherwise, this isn't gonna matter. At that point, you might as well release both of them in the same month. Call it a day. And even then, I'm honestly anticipating them to not release them back to back like this. I think they've had too many issues with their internal development that I wouldn't be surprised if the character in May gets delayed. This character in April, definitely coming out. They've been behind since Sin. They've been behind since this December update. So, I don't know. Like, the Sin should have dropped with the December update. You see what I'm saying? Instead, they dropped Sin and then dropped an update the following month. Like, it seems so half-assed. But moving forward, here's a glimpse at what's upcoming for Season 2. While DLC Character 8 was regrettably pushed back, our team is hard at work ensuring that DLC Character 9 will be on track for scheduled release in May. Yeah, Now, these colors right here, this is dope. I'm cool with this. Now, for further information regarding the long-awaited next round of additional colors for Season 2, previously teased in summer 2022. A total of 3 new color styles as shown in the images below will be compatible for all 24 characters, including DLC Character 9. Okay. Yes. I think this shit's fire. I'm not really feeling the pink trim, but whatever, to each his own. I don't know how I feel about this for Jacko. I don't know. The white shoes is hot. I like the green trim. This is a little... They could have changed the hair color at least. I don't know. A lot of the mods have been smoking the colors that they've been dropping. So I don't know. This is hot. I do like this. See, like, this is hot. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on here. And the global color. Get that shit out of here. You're not wrong though. Not a fan. Upcoming tournaments and details. Alright. News regarding for Arc Tour finals to be held in California on March 11th, which is this weekend. But first, a brief recap of the results. We already know what the results are. We already know who made it. Whatever. This is a lot of fluff. We saw the bracket. This is a very interesting bracket to say the least. The brackets were determined. Yeah, we know how the brackets were determined. That was done by Sejam. And now Evo Japan. Scheduled to be held at Tokyo Big Site on March 31st through April 2nd. An overwhelming number of entrants for Guilty Gear Strive have been accounted for. A jaw-dropping 1,385 participants. That's a lot of players. Thank you so much for helping make this into such an ambitious and truly awesome event. Our systems will have its own booth. Term entry is not required to try out the demo build, so everyone in attendance. Oh, players will be able to have a hands-on sneak peek at the DLC Character 8 scheduled for release in April. I mean, I think this isn't good. I don't really like this too much. Mostly because this character should have been playable at Arc Revo. Let me double check and make sure that that's not a thing. No, it's not a thing. Yeah. So this is just play, and then in Japan we're gonna have a demo of the new character. Come on, man. I don't know. And this is pretty much it, right? So the last part of it is essentially DLC Character 8 is playable. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm just gonna be that guy and just say I'm not really satisfied with half the stuff that they've been doing for Strive. So this doesn't surprise me in the least. You know, Character 8 should have been playable at Arc Revo and this event, but the character's not gonna be ready. So that means they're releasing the character after Evo Japan. That sucks. I don't know. I'm gonna be real, fam. I just feel like they've been so half-assed with this game. Like, they want all the support in the world, but like they keep apologizing for making so many mistakes. I think that's what really sucks about this, is that they keep like apologizing and apologizing and apologizing and apologizing. And it's like, I feel you, but like at some point you can't, like, something has to give, you know what I mean? Like, something has to give in terms of, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like at some point they have to take responsibility for like what they're doing. Is really what I'm trying to say. I think at some point they have to take responsibility, and I feel like the constant apologizing is not good, primarily because it just seems like they don't have their shit together as a developer. Now, granted, I think their hands are tied with a lot of projects for sure. Like, they still have DNF to work on. I'm sure there's still some stuff with fighters because I hear there's another patch coming for fighters. So it's kind of like so many things, and then they have the nerve to say, yeah, you know, we had these colors since last summer. And it's like, I guess I feel it on one front where it's like, well, you're a consumer and you don't understand what we have to go through on like the developer side of things. Yeah, but I also feel like this isn't just a Strive thing. They did this in Xrd too with certain features, and I feel like in this game it's like they're doing a lot of the same. So it's kind of like, just say that you're not gonna do it, or don't say it at all. Don't say you have this plan and then don't drop it. Like, it stings so much harder as like a consumer because you're looking for it. Like, there hasn't been a word on the Korean OST in a hot minute. Oh yeah, and Grand Blue also, can't forget about that. Like, we haven't heard anything about the Korean OST in like since the games come out. Like, it's just crazy at this point, like what they got going on, like what they're trying to do and what they got going on. It's always a wonder why it's so hard for them to just do certain things. If they can't get if they can't get the license for the Korean OST, just say so. We've been waiting for that like for so long. And even like digital figure mode came super late. It's just, everything just feels so half-assed, and that's what makes it so difficult for me in particular to always support the game at 100%, because I want ArcSys to come with their stuff on time, because other developers are like, they're on time. But I guess because they have their hands tied in so many other projects and things like that, I think they're spreading themselves too thin, and they need to just focus on making Strive great. But maybe they need more money from their secondary projects to be able to finish up Strive. But I do feel like the other projects, they're hurting this game, and I really question if they care, because I still think like the previous patch for this game, you wanted players to play on that shit for Arc Revo, I think was terrible. I think that's like the worst patch they've ever done so far. This one's way better, but regardless, I'm very much so curious what they're gonna do now, because season 2's essentially up and it's time to go into season 3. You know what I mean? Evo, I think basically like Evo Japan is like the last of the season, because season 2 dropped last year, like when? June? So we should have season 3 literally in June, and then like what, July, August, so we'll have 2 months. So if they do season 3 like late, that's gonna suck. Final season, nah, I think Strive has a long I think Strive has a long game plan. I think it's just, you know, as I've been mentioning, it's just, what are they gonna do? Like, did they already make all the money that they could make, and now they gotta focus on other shit because of Street Fighter? Because they have Grand Blue, right? And they're still making a bag off Grand Blue. They're still gonna make a bag off Dragon Ball. And then, you know, I think that those projects are funding this game. But I think if you think about it, if that's the case, I think that does suck, because it's like these other games are like, they're technically speaking, they're like, they have the potential to cook Strive, because they come with features that Strive doesn't have, which is bad. Especially Grand Blue in particular. Dragon Ball, maybe not so much. Like, they're still trying to get rollback in that game. And I don't even know. That's probably ArcSys doing the rollback for that shit too. That's what I'm saying, like, their hands are so tied doing all this extra shit. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like they're spreading themselves too thin if they're working on Grand Blue. They're working on Grand Blue with side games. They're doing DNF with what's it called? And then, you know, this is just too much. I think it's just too much. And then the rumor is that they're doing Tenkaichi 3. Tenkaichi 4, whatever. So it's like, come on, man. This is... I get it, you want the bag, but this is out of hand. Strive servers are worse now since the Xbox. I could see that too. I don't know. I just feel like they're spreading themselves too thin. And I think that they gotta come with it and think about what they're doing, because I feel like they're gonna lose too many players of Street Fighter. That's already gonna happen. Just gonna be honest, it's gonna happen. It doesn't mean it can't hold on to its core audience, but I do feel like they're gonna lose out to Street Fighter pretty heavily. There's gonna be a mass exodus, almost for certain. And it's all, and don't get me wrong, it'll probably be for a while. And like, I think the super heavy Guilty Gear heads will stick with it, but I think everyone is, you know, it's still Street Fighter that's going up against, you know. So I think that's where things get a little tricky. Cause like this game's entrants are gonna drop drastically when Street Fighter drops. But I think they're still gonna. I think the player base isn't gonna shrink too heavily. But I think part of the other issue is they need to fix the servers. They need to fix a lot of things in this game. I'd rather them take the time out to fix the game and make the game even better, and then add the characters. So I think at this point, like, I think the quality of life for the game is important. And they should consider, you know, balance. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot that they have to do. There's a lot. And I don't think that they have the time or the manpower. I just don't see it. I think that companies has their hands tied. And that's why this game's suffering. Because they have to put their best foot forward on every other project. Because they're collaborations. They can't drop the ball on a collaboration. They could drop the ball on this. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm still of the opinion like the game can be good. It's just right now I think it's still, while this patch is good and it's showing itself how good it is, there's still some things that need to be adjusted. Damage is still an issue. I mean, a lot of people are always gonna say, especially in the YouTube comments, it doesn't matter, dude. The damage is the damage. That's Strive's design. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. I think at this stage in the game, I think it's okay to bring the damage down after all this time. Like, you've gone like two years with a high damage game. I think it's okay to like lower the damage output so that like the game can last a little bit longer. But, you know, I truly digress. I have no idea what they want to do with this game, and I'm sure that the damage will just stay the same. Obviously I accept it, but it's definitely something a lot of players have been like complaining about for a long time. And there's a lot of people who I know who would play it, but they all complain about the damage and amongst other things. But damage is high on the priority list in terms of shit that they don't like. So I'm just hoping that they can get their shit together. I think that's all I can hope for as a fan. Like I said, this patch is good. So they're in a step in the right direction. It's just these last two characters, I don't know. I just hope that they understand that characters alone aren't enough to keep your game alive. I don't think they're gonna add any extra modes to the game like that right now. Obviously, they're more focused on making sure the functionality of the online and crossplay work. But man, they got a lot of work on their hands. And that's at the end of the day, they have a lot of work to do. I'm gonna be critical on them as a fan for sure. But you know, as I mentioned before, this patch is pretty good. I don't want to keep repeating myself on that, but I can't stress it enough. The patch is pretty good. So I'm hoping that, I don't think that the character that comes after Arc Revo will come with balance, but I'm hoping that the following character for the following month brings some kind of balance. Otherwise, I think it's time to just go ahead and go into season 3 and leave this one behind. Because at that point, that's officially a year, right? because season 2 started last June. So, yep, June 10th is when season 2 started. So I could see maybe 1 month of new characters, and then maybe in June they drop season 3. That's what I think. And then hopefully, no, it gives them time to announce another character for Evo. Because at that point, April, May, yeah, so April and May is 2 characters, and then June, July, August, and then new character can come out like right after Evo, and then like season 3 starts, and then new character comes out after Evo. So I'm hoping that they do something. I'm hoping, but I'm gonna let that be that for this right now. Talk to me in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about this current developer backyard. Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I'm talking about? Talk to me. That being said, I'm gonna end this video here. Deuces gooses.